a year ago, it hadn't quite yet started to unfold. Now people are thinking it's a new clip since we posted it 2 days ago. It's amazing to watch how more and more this radio show, my websites, Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com, are setting the media agenda. We really are beginning to do that, similar to what the Drudge Report does, DrudgeReport.com. And I was sitting there after I got out of the shower, after I went for a jog this morning, and I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, I don't like this power. It's freaky. And I can't imagine a lot of people out there get power and go wild and become very arrogant and self-assured. It's the opposite with Alejandro Jones. Makes me think of a line from Full Metal Jacket. It's a good thing God gave us so much power to keep heaven stocked with fresh souls. But this is real power. And I don't want to keep heaven stocked with fresh souls. It's weird. I don't feel worthy. I'm not worthy to have this much power and to watch the power growing. And I really am going to try to focus and take it to the next level. But it is creepy, I have to tell you. Very creepy. Pretty much anything we cover or push now enters the news cycle and becomes a major news story. We've hit the zeitgeist. And I mean, I don't just hit it's like hitting a hole in one every day. You realize the amount of eyes and surveillance and spin coming at us. And they may destroy me soon. I don't know. But if they do, that's part of the plan, because it's God's plan. I'm not worried about it. I did my mission. I woke people up, thanks to you working with us symbiotically to spread the word. And they can destroy me individually in my name or whatever they cook up. But the detonator has already gone off. The chain reaction is already in place. And now I'm suddenly seeing a major flux where suddenly there are thousands of sites and individuals that are really getting the deep knowledge and understanding the paradigm shift. And I feel like I've completed a lot of my mission. Now, I want to go forward with that, but it's a good feeling. But it's also very daunting. But enough about that. I'm just telling you what's on my mind. It is bracing. It is chilling. It's also like a fire in my chest. But overall, I've had amazing success because I'm real. And humans can instinctively communicate when they turn on their discernment, when people use it, and folks know I'm real. That's why the enemy's main drumbeat attack is that I'm not legitimate, that I'm not real, because they're trying to assail the bona fide legitimacy, the genuineness of it. Oh, and I'm genuine, warts and all. I'm genuine in the boorish appearance. I'm genuine. And they can't deal with people that are real. They can't face it. And realism is infectious. And the controllers know that. We're infecting their minds, or to use a better term, seducing them with the truth. And when you get so close to darkness, the light for some becomes beautiful. And that unknown quantity, that unknown country, they want to go back to it. Many of them were born into evil, born into conditioning. And now as they near the dark flame, they can look back across the chasm out of purgatory on their final journey into their own self-made Hades. And they can see up on the mountaintop the glowing light of heaven flowing down like living water, and they thirst for it. Well, come and drink. You want real knowledge? You want your mind to be so fulfilled that it burns in a trillion fractal designs of understanding and almost limitless discernment as we, as the little creations of the great creator, glimpse the majesty. You think the devil can deliver 1/1 trillionth of what the true creator of the universe can deliver to you? You think you found power because you're willing to break the laws of God's creation in nature as a cancer? You think the ability to destroy is power? It is nothing. Creation is power. The darkness runs from the light. The light is unlimited compared to darkness. Darkness is the absence of light. It is the void. It is the emptiness. All right, I'm going to stop preaching. Maybe I should take a week off more often. Every time I leave for a week, I get wound up for months. World Bank issues its first bonds of the Chinese currency in Hong Kong. The World Bank is issuing its first bonds denominated in Chinese yuan in Hong Kong, joining a growing number of borrowers tapping the new debt market as Beijing gradually promotes of its tightly controlled currency abroad. That's a weird line. The World Bank said buyers of its 500 million yuan, $76 million, two-year bond were mainly Hong Kong-based financial institutions, companies, and wealthy individuals. It said the money will go into its general fund rather than being raised for a specific purpose. The Chinese currency is not traded on the global currency markets, but Beijing has loosened controls and allowed Hong Kong banks to use it. Hong Kong is Chinese territory, but has its own currency and Western-style legal system, and often is used as a site for mainland companies to interact with foreign investors. Yeah, the British pretty much rule there as the twin-headed eagle with the Chicoms. Beijing began allowing foreign companies to issue their currency debt last year. The Asian Development Bank, Caterpillar Inc., and McDonald's Group have sold the currency-denominated debt to finance activities in China. So that is a move away. And you notice U.S. bonds aren't as valuable now. U.S.-based companies aren't as valuable. The premium isn't as valuable. They're definitely moving away from it. Here is another one. World Bank taps offshore yuan bond market for first time. So the World Bank is issuing its first Chinese currency-denominated bond. So they're now accelerating towards it. The move away, people are kind of getting up, kind of like when a party, you see one first group kind of leaves and people kind of see it, and then they start to leave, and then pretty soon everybody's leaving. You ever seen blackbirds or ducks or seagulls? There could be 500 out there, you know, eating dead fish or whatever it may be. And when one takes off, they kind of look and ignore it. Then two take off, then three, then five. And then all of a sudden, they all take off. A couple birds have taken off. Now 4 or 5 just took off. Now the whole group is getting their wings out, getting ready to take off. The average American's like, NFL games have been really great, haven't they? You know, guys at gas station counters will ask you, and you're like, yeah, zombie, I wish you could talk about real issues. Then a guy behind you's like, yeah, did you see UFC? And they're all real concerned. It's real important to them as men because that's that tribal war area of their mind that should be reserved for political war and defending their position in life. But instead, it's just kind of like little boys. Yeah, did you see the simulated combat on TV? Yeah, I watched it. A bunch of rich gladiators that could care less about me. Did you see it? Yeah, I'm empty too. Yeah, I did. I fill my head with facts and figures that don't matter instead of learning the political system and standing up for myself. Yeah, I wonder why women don't respect me. I wonder why I'm not successful in business. Yeah, we're all in Arrested Development. Isn't it fun? Let's talk about it together. I mean, if they were having a real discussion, that's what it'd be. But instead it's like, when you don't want to talk about it, they go, oh, you don't know all this. And they kind of just look at each other and go, all the time I'll be at a restaurant or a grocery store or some event, and some guys will come over. Even people who know who I am, they'll go, hey, Alex, or I'll be at a soccer game with my kids or whatever. Again, I'm not saying sports are bad in and of themselves if you're involved in it, but not when it's your whole focus. And they'll go, hey, what do you think of the Cowboys? What do you think of this? And they'll throw out some statistics, and I'll just go, I'm not really that interested in it. And they'll just kind of smile at each other and go, and then, I mean, I'll sit there and listen to grown men in the gym trying to act like they're sportscasters and these elaborate combinations of information and history and what they're predicting and what they're betting on and what they're doing. Or you'll hear even more pathetic discussions of systems to win lotteries. And, hey, have you heard the Mega Millions is 200 million? Hey, are you going to bet on it? I mean, it's just, George Orwell in 1984 wrote all about that. All they cared about was sports and the lottery in that fictitious police state. Look, we're going to Hades in a giant stinking handbasket. Okay? The blood is running out of the country. We're going ashen white. We're flatlining. And I'm sorry if I can't get all upset and paint myself up like a clown and go to a game and get drunk. I'm sorry I'm not a real man. I'm sorry. Okay? So laugh at me. There's something wrong with me. Okay? I've just predicted everything that was going to unfold and broken down all the government staging terror attacks. That isn't creepy. And I warned you about the flu being dangerous, the flu vaccine, and that's now come out and been confirmed. And the government's training for mass arrest in the U.S. of anyone who criticizes the government. I agree with you. That's not a problem. Not when there's global soccer to watch. And so to all of those guys that really get it and know how to basically put on this fake suit of clothes of who they are. That's what it is. It's like who they are. And they repeat what the news says and what ESPN says, and they walk up and, you're sitting there at a bar on a trip waiting for your dinner to come, and there's guys come up to you drinking beer, and it's always the same. They're like androids. They have like a little fake conversations. So what do you think of the playoffs? What do you think of the weather? Oh, yeah. And you start bringing up, I don't know, what do you think of the surveillance grid going in? Have you heard about how they're listening to all of us without warrants? They're like, well, gee, buddy, what you bringing that up for? That's kind of weird. Well, it is weird they're doing it. It's very dangerous. You know what accompanies government spying on people without warrants? Mass arrests, secret police, torture dungeons. Well, I don't care. I'm not involved in politics. I don't have to worry about that, Mac. Oh, really? They're putting the grid in place to rob you, you fat slob. Oh, well, hey, black helicopter's going to get me, huh, pal? Let me move on down the bar here from you. We got a weirdo here. He cares about the state of the country. Well, the founding fathers wouldn't have liked him. They were weirdos too, though, I guess. Hey, I'm raising my son to only know about the baseball scores, okay, buddy? That'll get him ahead in life, all right? Dr. Nick Begich is joining us at the 8 after. I want to continue with the news here. So the pace of moving away from the dollar worldwide is gaining a lot of speed right now, and they're moving towards the Chinese currency as an interim balance to that, which is already massively devalued in its own right. So the message is there is not confidence in the dollar. Also, consumer bankruptcies hits 5-year high in 2010. They now have those numbers out. Reuters is reporting. That broke the previous record of 2009. And so the bottom line here is the economy is not in very good shape. Continuing commodities outlook for 2011, oil above 100 and gold 1,500. CNN has interviewed a spectrum of commodities experts, and the lion's share of them believe that gold is going to go above $1,500 an ounce. I think that's very conservative, because you notice they can drive it down with paper manipulation for a few days.